Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the G-Shock limited edition. I call it the Tron, but it has an actual model name. Here is the box here. Actually, let's talk about the model name first. It is the GMW-B5000CS-1. As I mentioned, it is a limited edition, but they are still for sale. This model's been out for about a year or so now, at least. $800 is the MSRP. So the box also matches the theme with the grid pattern here. And even the cushion is getting in on the action with the grid pattern on the side of the cushion here. So very cool watch. Is it just another G-Shock? Well, that depends. It does offer G-Shock functionality. It is a heavier case since it is stainless steel bezel case and case back. Case back also has the tunnel grid pattern, which is pretty cool, and the clasp and everything. It's a pretty wild looking watch. Now I did buy this used, so there might be a couple little, just a scratch or what that is right there. Might be a scuff or something, I don't know. So this is a black PVD coated coat, and it is laser etched. Black IP finish with a grid tunnel pattern that is laser engraved or laser etched, whatever you want to call it. The protection in G-Shock looks like it's printed on though. I'll take that back. That is laser etched as well. You can kind of feel with your fingernail, or perhaps with your, yeah, you can feel a little bit with your skin too. So it's a very neat pattern. Also carried over onto the mineral glass crystal here. Same functionality as typical G-Shock. Anything in the 5000 series like this one here would be the same module. These are both negative display, and these negative displays are very easy to read. Looks like one is in, actually they're both in power save. One's in daylight savings. Oh, I'm in world time, that's why it doesn't show the same time. So we have an alarm function, a stopwatch, countdown timer, and then back to the home screen here. Yeah, it's kind of chuckle about this because these both have multi-band 6, and the time is not exactly the same. This one here also has multi-band 6. Let's see what it says. So these are dead on. And here's my other example of a negative display. And these are right on as well for the time. I don't know if I'm able to demonstrate here legibility differences, but this one's definitely easier to see by eye. This one's great in direct sunlight, but if you're in shaded or dusk or dawn or whatever, it's not so easy to read. So anyway, back to this watch. Like I mentioned, it is stainless steel. It is a heavy watch. It is 167 grams with all the links. The other dimensions, 49.3 with the so-called lug to lug. 43.2 so-called case diameter, and then 13.2 thick. And the bracelet goes from 25.5 down to 18. So it does taper nicely. It does taper pretty quickly though. All the links are removable. I've not actually worn this watch all that much. After purchasing it and doing some more research and studying it, I figured it's just not for me. I have worn other metal band watches, metal band and case G-Shocks, and they're just too big for my wrist. Unfortunately, I bought this watch before I figured that out, which I'll demonstrate here in a moment. how this fits on my wrist. These end links here are kind of fixed. They do flex a little bit here, but they only go down so far, and that hangs over my wristband of 52 millimeter. This is about, I think, 60 if I remember correctly. I did not measure that. So let's get out my handy little free tape measure, I guess. Olight's getting a lot of free press from me, I guess. Free advertisement, I should say. Yeah, that's well over 55. It would be 50, 60 centimeter, 60 millimeter, or 6 centimeter. So definitely overhangs my wristband. I do like that the buttons are blacked out on this, so it matches the black case overall. This one here is a stainless steel case, so then the buttons are stainless steel. That is a nice touch. Let's take a look at the case back here. This is made in Japan. A lot of information back here. Multiband 6, tough solar. I'm not sure what these other numbers are. I'm sure one of them's a serial number. Water resistant 220 bar, which is 200 meter. And it does have Bluetooth. I've only hooked up one G-Shock to Bluetooth, and that was I think it's the GBX-100. That one came out about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I don't have one of those in the collection anymore, though. Just your standard G-Shock squares is what I'm using. This watch here, actually, I wear almost every day. I did have an accident with it today, but that'll be a few days ago by the time I release this, and that video will already be out. But I managed to break a combi bracelet. If you don't watch the other video, I basically tripped over a box and braced myself on a chair, and it hit the edge of the combi bracelet and scratched my arm. So no big deal, but just got to replace the spring bar on this. But I normally just wear this. It's very light. I believe it's 60 grams or so. It's very light. It almost just appears on wrist. So to me, that's what a G-Shock is. G-Shock square. Even this one here is a little bit too much for me. I'll probably be selling this as well in the future. But it's nice to have them in and spend some time with them. Just a bit much for me. So the back of this looks very similar to this other one here. It says it's a limited edition on the website, which I'll leave a link in the description. I don't know if there's anything but limited on here. GMW-B5000. GMW-B5000. So anyway, this one's made in Japan as well. But let's get back to the Tron. So yeah, let's get this on wrist, and then we'll close out the video. It's a nice watch. It's just, I don't know, it's just not for me. $800. I think the titanium one would be cool because it's titanium, it's lightweight, which kind of, fits the G-Shock mantra to me, I guess. I thought this bracelet I thought the spring bar wasn't in there, right? Speaking of that, this thing is kind of a pain to size, which is one reason why I haven't really sized it. But yeah, anyway, let me get this on wrist. It's definitely a presentation, not a review, because I have not worn this watch all that much. So here it is on my 6.5-inch wrist, and you can see this end link here and there. That is as far down as it will go in this. Let's see if there's a better view here. You can see how large it is on my wrist. I'm trying to bend my arm, do some what's that called when you contortion? Trying to do some contortionist here. Contortioning, whatever, I don't know. but you can see it doesn't really fit my wrist all that well. So if you have a larger wrist or larger wristband, I'm sure it'll be fine for you. All right, let's zoom out here. There we go. Oh, see my chicken scratching there. Yeah, I wish I could remember everything I say, but I don't. And even then I mess it up. So here we go. Zoomed out on my, I already said, 6.5 inch wrist, 52 millimeter wristband. You know, I'll throw the combi bracelet on that is not broken, and get a sense of that on my wrist. Yeah, I mean, this is like night and day. I mean, this has to be, it's less than a half the weight, if not 1/3 the weight of this here. So anyway, this does have that end link problem as well, but it doesn't really bother me as much. You see daylight under there, but I mean, no one's really going to be looking, you know, through your wrist like that. And this is just so comfortable on wrist, I overlook that. And you know what? Let's throw this one on wrist too. Might as well. We're here. I do like this watch. I don't really care for the metal keeper. It's yeah, I know it's a flashy watch already, but that just makes it a little more flashy, I guess. Oh yeah, I've had this on wrist, and I keep forgetting about that. That thing just sticks out there because the keeper cannot go up any farther. So it's almost as if this watch isn't meant for small wristed folks. So anyway, there we go. Oh yeah, subscribe. If you like this content and want to see more, please subscribe. Or subscribe even if you don't. That's fine with me. And like the video. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the Tron. They have other watches in this series as well. They have an all black one. They have this one. They have a reddish maroon one. And the red one and the black one I think are $600, and this one is $800. Obviously there's a lot more processing involved. They need to fixture all of these links, and they need to laser engrave them. They need to laser engrave the case back. No clasp. I think you get the idea here. There's just more steps involved in the manufacturing of this watch. So as always, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.